Welcome. You are listening to Seth Mindcast.
Hello and welcome, G's, to the 10th wisdom call of Seth Mindcast, Finding Your Narrative, the journey to embracing your true self. First, I would like to thank you for being here. I know we are 5 now. We were 4 yesterday, but somebody else joined as well. And I kind of like it when people of like-mindedness join the live. So, you tell me if the topics you're seeing here are interesting. And coming without further ado to today's topic, finding your narrative, the journey to embracing your true self. So the first thing is, what is your true self? Have you seen a meme where a guy opens up his locker and then there's a mask? There's a mask of being happy, there's a mask of being sad, there's a mask of being moody, there's a mask of being greedy. I don't know. There are a lot of masks and you kind of wear those masks every day. So between your mom and you, you're a different person. Between your dad and you, you're a different person. Between your family and you, you're a different person. You know, it's like you put up. You put up to that attire of what people want to see. And then in business, you're a different person. Then you see with your friends, you're a different person. With a certain group of friends, you're a different person. Right? So these are, what do I call this? I want to put it across right to you. These are the kind of mask you put in front of people. But have you tried identifying your true self? So today you're going to learn on how to identify your true self. So in order to do that, you'll have to take some harsh steps. What are those harsh steps? It's called a no season. A no season. What is a no season? Somebody calls you for a drive, waste your time. Sorry, bro. I'm on Seth Mindcast. No. I'm busy. Find a goal and dedicate yourself to that goal, and everything comes, whoever comes, and you feel that that's not your productive time, you say no to that. Straight no. Somebody calls you for a drive, no, bro, I'm busy. Somebody calls you to go X places, no, bro, I'm busy. Somebody calls you for a dinner, no, bro, I'm busy. A movie, I'm busy. Party, I'm busy. No. This is a hard thing to do. As easy as it is to say, it's a very hard thing to do because you're rejecting somebody's idea or ideology or somebody's request. You're just rejecting that. So have you tried saying no? Have you started thinking about starting a no season where you'll only focus on what's important? Because the people who are inviting you to wherever, they're going to stay. They're going to stay. They're going to stay. They're never going to leave, right? So once you've completed your task, once you are somewhere, you still have access to those people. But then from here, if you fall and waste your time, right, you'll not have access to those people. They'll leave as well. That's how it is. It's cruel, but that's how it is. So for now, you will have to start a no season. Find a task, no matter how big, no matter how small, no matter how wild, and just say no to everything else. Right? When you do that, why is it that, whenever you're on the lowest side of your life, where you fall down to ground zero and everybody leaves you, that's when you start learning things? Because then what happens is you start a kind of, talk with yourself. You start thinking and you start a talk with yourself and you start getting into the depths of who you really are. So when there's nobody to ping you, when there's nobody to message you, I have only 2 or 3 friends. That's it. And they are busy people as well. They're same like me. And I kind of want to keep it that way. So once you start learning, some people do not want to stay with them. It's so awful they feel. They would need something to gossip. They would need some friend over the phone, hours and hours of talking. I kind of talk only a few minutes and I call the man or woman up front on my seat and then we would talk, right? I don't have a habit of having long conversations on the phone. So some people don't like to live with themselves, but then you start living with yourself. What I did, let me tell you what I did. It's a personal experience. It's coming out of no book, nothing. I used to read a lot. And there's a next lesson. I think I should make one more wisdom call of my first book and how I got to that book and how that book affected me. I still have that book. And after reading that, that's how my reading journey started. But for now, we were talking about finding your true self. So whenever you are conscious on your bed and scrolling, which I say no to every single time, and I will always keep saying no to, you can ask yourself that whatever your name is, Minaz, right? What is it in you that nobody else has? What are you best at, which nobody else can do? When I started reading, I used to be in Mangalore when I started reading, and I went to the beach. It's called Panambur Beach, and it was very close to where I stayed. You had to take a ferry and go to the beach, and I took a ferry, went to the beach, and from evening 5 o'clock to night 8, I used to sit there with all my crap food, it's not crap food, my food, okay, my drinks and my chair, and I used to sit there and just listen to the waves of the ocean, see the sunset, and just ask. Keep repeating. Your mouth should move, and there should be a small or high, whichever you're comfortable with, a voice. When you speak, why is it a spelling? Because your words are spells. Your words are spells. So while you speak, there is a chemical change which happens in your mind. Be it good, be it bad, there are chemical changes happening. There's no worry to get into the rabbit hole of this. I've already done that. So I'm giving this to you like on the platter, on the spoon, and I'll feed you as well the same information I have. So you kind of ask yourself, what is it in you that nobody else has? For me, in my case, it was speaking. I realized after a year, but it was speaking. Like Minaz, you can speak well. And if you can speak well, you need to start something, like, go into media and stuff like that. But in my time, media and everything was so considered taboo. You have to be an engineer. You have to be a doctor. You have to be a blah. You have to be a blah. That was all there. This guy's kid is blah, blah, blah. He's turned into an engineer. You're still doing BCA, and that's how, everything was at my time. Right now, you have the freedom to choose anything you want as long as you're making the money. Right? So, yeah, I'm good at speaking. So slowly but slowly, yourself will start revealing himself to you. Do you understand that? Slowly but slowly, you'll start understanding who you truly are. Let me give you an example. Like, you go to a party, you wear a suit. You wear a classy suit with ties and shoes and socks, and everything matches, and you have it in mind. That's how you want to portray yourself to somebody, by wearing such and such dresses. So what happens when somebody is wearing a baseball cap? Somebody is wearing a cowboy hat and long pants and boots, right? Some people are not really good to look at. I don't know. That's not my taste, so I kind of don't like them. But what are they portraying? This is who I am. And I want to be my true self. Authenticity, that's called being authentic with yourself, right? You don't care, but this is how I am. Alex Hormozy, I watched a lot of his videos, and it was an excellent session he had with Chris Williamson, and they were discussing. Now, I saw Alex, and Alex was like a big beard guy with long hair, built like a Spartan, a god, Greek god. And the mindset he had was so original. And he said that I like being this way. Now you accept me or you don't, but this is who I am. Have you tried figuring out who you truly are? Right? So the first step is the no season, and the second step is you start getting into yourself. Like, what are your thoughts normally? Are you anxious? Right? Do you get scared? Yeah, everybody gets scared, but then, there are certain situations where there's a fight and you don't want to be a part of it, and somebody drags you into that fight. You're a bold man, you're going to hit too, and you're going to get hit by people as well. All that. But there's a little fear, or that fear of the unknown. That same fear of the unknown is inside you. You don't want to discover who you truly are because of the fear of the unknown. Listen to this. We're getting into the rabbit hole of the whole topic inside, deep, why does everybody wants to stay busy and do not want to kind of get to know themselves because of the fear of the unknown, right? What am I going to discover? I'm going to be alone if I'm like that. And in the end, I'll die. That's the common thing. Have you gone to rejection phase as well? The rejection phase is something which is 100 days task. I just learned it a week back. That you go to people and ask them something and they have to say no to you. Like just straight away, no. You know how? Go to Starbucks and say, can I have this for free? You're going to get a definite no answer, right? But you have to continue this for 100 days. Every day, you need to do this. Not once, the whole day. You need to do this. So rejection. That's what you want to have. That's what you want to get. You know why? Because after 100 days, you kind of realize that everybody said no to me. I got rejected, but I still live. I'm still alive. I didn't die. That's the fear. People don't want to be rejected of becoming alone. But the magic is into being alone. Then you will learn to be alone so much. You will bifurcate yourself. You'll go to a different path and people will fall off. And you just want to stay like, small circle or maybe no circle. Because you'll start falling in love with yourself. You will start falling in love with yourself. I had to repeat this because it's so important. Because you get to know yourself. If there's an anxiety problem, you kind of go into solving that problem in that rabbit hole. If there are anger issues, you start solving those anger issues with you. But that's between you and yourself. Like, you in your mind, you really know what you're doing, but nobody else knows. And it's kind of a secret between you and you. Yeah, this is really complicated, but I want this to be complicated and I only want selected few people to be with me. I don't want 1 million following, right? I just want my kind of people being here. And if you are listening, you are enjoying this session for sure. Because this is sauce. This is like absolute sauce I'm sharing with you, no matter how many people are listening. But I want this to be here because I need to come back here and I need to re-listen to this topic, re-understand what I said wrong, rephrase the words, get into the dictionary and stuff like that. That's my style. I mean, that's what I really love to do, right? Sounds boring. So, the most boring things you do defines your success. Everybody likes the flashy Instagram reels and followers and attention and that YouTube play button. Everything that is the glamour part of this whole social media. But nobody wants to do the boring parts. Learn to do the boring parts. That's where you'll grow. But I really like doing what I'm doing. So, it's passion oriented, but it's also business oriented. So this might convert into a business maybe later on. But for now, it's my diary. Wow, what a word to call it, my diary. So whoever is listening, start commenting, bro. Start asking me questions. Let's build something which helps you, right? I'm a man of experience, a lot of experience. I've been alone like half of the decade of my life. I've been alone. And I kind of love it that way because, when I'm alone, I start reading. So this is how you start discovering yourself, like who you truly are. If you have read the book called The Alchemist, the protagonist in The Alchemist, if you haven't, this is the first book I would recommend you to read. Leave everything else because this is the only imagination narrative to the book. And when you start reading, everything else gets advanced and gets technical and gets with numbers, right? But now, if you can start with Alchemist. And Alchemist, I learned that, you cannot get everything through books, theory. When you start reading and, you take in information, that's mental procrastination where you don't want to really put in the progressive work in your task and you're just reading and telling yourself that, I'm reading. But that's not really reading. When you implement things, that's when you're truly understanding or the book is rubbing on to you, right? So start with The Alchemist, recommending one book to you, which is The Alchemist, and you'll understand what I'm saying. For those of you who've read it, it's not only the theory, even the life experiences come into account. And the weightage of the life experience is more than the theory. The theory just shapes a thought, but the experience fills it with experience, emotions, and feelings, where you kind of start realizing what's really happening. See, it's a long journey to what I have done, and if you want to get into this, start reading, because the conversation you'll have with somebody through reading, it's next level conversation, because your mind will keep throwing things at you, saying, oh, this relates to this relates to this. Alex Harmozy said this, and Chris Williams said this, and he really meant was this. So you'll love it. And when you find your like-minded people who also read, and you sit with them, like two of them together, the conversation is legendary. Trust me, you don't want to get up from that conversation and you'll say, there's a very long time I had this conversation. I know you've experienced this in your life, but then have you experienced with the right people? Right? So this is how you truly get alone. Get to the no phase. Just say no. And, rejection. Accept the rejections. The only thing they're going to say is no. If you see a nice girl, go reach out to her and say that there's nothing I want from you, but that I think you're really beautiful. Can I have your number, please? If she gives you, jackpot, cherry on the top. If she doesn't, then, who cares? She left 5 minutes and there's nothing. Nobody saw what's happening. But then you got a little bit bolder. Yeah, you got a little bit bolder. You get my point? So the only way, no, not the only way, there are a lot of ways to go to the topic, but the only way, effective way, is start getting to know yourself. Then you'll start dressing and not caring what others will think, because you want to be authentic with yourself. When you start being authentic with yourself, that's when the magic happens. That's when the magic happens, right? So thank you so much. I don't want to drag this too long. I love speaking. Trust me, I love speaking. There's a lot, I can talk about finding your narrative all day, but let's keep it 20 minutes so that you can observe all in. And there's always a next episode which will come and you can tune in. So thank you so much for your time. Really respect it. And the 5th member, welcome to the channel. And I hope you like what you get. See you in the next video.